Hey, it's Nikachu Merfolk Master. We're back for some Pioneer Merfolk. That's right, we're going to get in there with that Kamena Speaker, the Sentinel of the Nameless City, all backed up by a Deep-Root Pilgrimage. We're going to pilgrimage them out of the game. We're going to make 1,000,000 tokens on the battlefield or something. Okay, so my newest adjustments to this deck, because Amalia is skyrocketing in popularity. Like I saw some Pioneer top eights in challenges. It's like all Amalia. There's just so much Amalia rising to the top that I've now put like 4 Eaten by Piranhas in my deck. And I've moved 2 to the main deck, moving 2 Witness Protection to the sideboard. Now, I have these Eaten by Piranhas and Witness Protections in the deck specifically for the mono black decks. Not the mono black, yeah, all the black mid-range decks, attrition-like decks, so that you can, hit their Shieldred, hit the Vein Rip or whatever, and be able to get on with your day and attack through for victory. But Eaten by Piranhas is a decent way of also interacting with Amalia, as all the triggers are on the stack, or life gain triggers are on the stack. Or I guess before someone's about to gain life, also through combat, you can even buy Piranhas the Amalia, and then she's not going to trigger anymore. So we've done that. I've also... So a lot of people, I'm like the only insane person that used to be playing with 24 lands. I've shaved it down 1 land and added a Kamena Speaker, another 1-drop to the deck. I don't know if that's the best thing to replace it with, but that's just what I decided to do. If you don't know, there's this cool feature where you hit the settings button over here on Magic the Gathering Online. Then you go to sample hand, and you can test out sample hands. You like draw another hand, and you can draw another hand just to see how well the deck mulligans. And I basically was mulliganing for about an hour and discovered that like 75% of the time that extra Kamena Speaker, I had a proxy in place to know exactly when that extra Kamena Speaker was coming up. It was like a Jade Bearer or something, so it was another green 1-drop. But 75% of the time, it was better to have another Kamena Speaker in my opening hand than to have what was, I believe, a Cavern of Souls. So I removed a Cavern of Souls for another Kamena Speaker. Also added a Yavimaya Coast instead of an Otawara, so I can have enough greens, not just green sources, but also blue sources to cast my blue spells reliably. Because I felt, well, I'm losing... Or I think I took out the Otawara first to put the Kamena Speaker in. Then I decided to replace 1 Cavern of Souls for a Yavimaya Coast, so I can still play my Spell Pierces, my Eaten by Piranhas, Deep-Root Pilgrimage with super high reliability, because I have a lot of counter spells and stuff like that, Decisive Denial, that depend on actual blue mana. Can't use this Cavern of Souls mana. We won the die roll. This hand looks a little bit dubious, but it does have like Cenote Scout into Smuggler's Copter, so I'm willing to keep it. Looks like we're up against Control, which is going to be good because I don't think there's any answer to anything for the first two turns, so we're definitely going to keep this. And it has 2 Mutavaults, which is really good in the matchup. And it's got Cavern of Souls, if that matters. We're going to play our Cavern of Souls on Merfolk. We're going to get our Cenote Scout out. I'm sort of hoping to not draw land. We have enough lands that we can copter away with the Smuggler's Copter. Or filter away, I should say. We don't really need too many threats from here if this really is Control. I don't know what this is. I don't know if I've been up against Control playing Kihira. Does every Control deck play Kihira? Maybe. I've played against a lot. I've played against a lot of Control decks that have no creatures in it. It's just Shark Typhoon and stuff like that. Deep-Root Pilgrimage. Perfect. Put the card in our graveyard? No. I'll keep that one. And between our Scout and the Mutavaults, they'll hopefully make a lot of beautiful little tokens. Little babies. Hope it's going to make a lot of little babies. And it is very likely Control. I will play the Copter first, though. Yeah, I think that is what's going to... Well, okay, if I play Pilgrimage, attack for 2, get a token... No, I'll just play the Copter. Yeah, let's start with Copter. Maybe I don't even play Pilgrimage. Maybe I wait on that. Because they do have that stupid temporary lockdown card, and it would sweep everything up. It is ideal that by turn 3, I start playing like 3 drops that can play around that. There we go. There we go. Okay, so we will play our breeding pool. Blue, green, Speak of the Devil. And then next, if there's temporary lockdown next turn, that won't be too bad. They did shock themselves, so can't be normal. No more lies. What could be in their deck? Could have been Get Lost. Could have been Dovin's Veto for the Deep-Root Pilgrimage. You know what? I think we're going to risk it. Let's get our Copter online. It's not that much spot removal these days. Like, there's not that many copies of Get Lost. Anyway, so we get to draw a card, discard a card. I'll discard Breeding Pool. Sentinel of the Nameless City is great. Is just great. I think I might hold off playing Deeproot Pilgrimage until our opponent plays Temporary Lockdown. Ooh, a Field of Ruin, which can eat this Mutavault. But we got the backup Mutavault. We got the backup one. Oh, that is not good for them. It can't be good for them. What do I do now? Okay, so we have Tishana's Tidebinder. That's very good. Because now we have the option to play... now we can eat a Temporary Lockdown. Unfortunately, I need one more mana to play, like, Pilgrimage and then hold this up. There's probably still Verdict in the air. Anyway, I can play Tidebinder at end of turn if I really need to. So we'll just attack with what we got here. I don't think there's any 1 mana white removal. We'll draw and discard. It's a pretty good card, but it's okay. We already have an active Copter online. Oh, am I going to regret? Oh, March of Otherworldly Light. That is not going to make me happy, but okay. So we lose that. Opponent will take 2. And then I think I'm just going to do nothing. I'm just going to hold up this Tishana's Tidebinder. I'm going to wait for 1 more land. And then I can play Deeproot Pilgrimage, and then maybe we can try to work in some more magic around here. Okay, there's Portable Hole. ETB, we will Tidebinder. Probably we're just going to swing out for the win next turn. Yeah, we're going to go for it. I'm not going to commit any of these other creatures to the board, so I'll start off by playing the Deeproot Pilgrimage. Get like an extra creature in play. So if they have no more lives, they can play it, but then they die because they're at 9. And we have 9 power here. Not sure what gets them out of this. It would have to be like March on the Mutavault and then Supreme Verdict on the rest of the board. So this is a very, very, very good matchup. Just very, 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 like you just saw, they shocked themselves. They didn't do anything with their mana. Our cards interact so well. You just want to bring in the counter spells, so we bring in 6 counter spells. I'll take out our Froggies. Froggies are not so necessary. Take out, and Mistcaller is just it's just too poor for the mana. 1 mana for a 1/1, not good enough. So you're good enough with the Sonoti Scouts, the Kamena Speakers, and our Spell Pierce over here. Disdainful Stroke for their Planeswalkers, some of the really big sweepers. They got a lot. They got win conditions at 5 mana or higher. They got this new cat now. They have a cat that they play for 5 mana as brings out a bunch of lifelink cats. Disdainful Stroke will counter it. Well, we got one of those hands on the draw with the Sonoti Scouts. I'm gonna keep it. I've done the math. I even done a lot of practice playtesting with the Scout on the draw. Basically, you're basically guaranteed a land on the draw with your Scout. And then if I don't draw a land, I can still play Kamena Speaker. But see, there we go. We already got a land. So basically, in the top 3 cards, there's almost always a land. So we're going to play our Bark Channel Pathway, Scout. And as it is right now, it looks like I'm going to continue turn 2. Okay, we're definitely going to bin that. Put in the graveyard, yes. We need more lands. If I'm allowed to, I will go turn 2 Deeproot Pilgrimage. I wonder if I'm going to do that now, given them what they have up. So, actually, drawing the Copter is very different, too. I could get hit by No More Lies. To be honest, I don't feel that strongly about getting Deeproot Pilgrimage out immediately. And given that we aren't guaranteed our next land, I definitely want to play the Copter out. I think Copter is more valuable. Copter is just my favorite card. Don't lock me down temporarily, bro. Okay, so Copter resolves. Which makes me a little nervous, because it could mean this is just temporary lockdown. They just sweep me for 2. No sweep. No sweep. All right, we got a Disdainful Stroke. Got a lot of good stuff for us here. I'm just going to play Kamena Speaker and attack for 5. Hold up Spell Pierce. And we are still digging for lands. Lands, please. What do you want to do, opponent? What do you want to do? Get lost. This is very tempting to let resolve, because these map tokens are very valuable to me right now. And actually, this wasn't accurately played. It should have been played at my beginning of combat step, because I can actually now use these map tokens if I really want to. I think it would suck so much if I can't. It doesn't look like they've got the appropriate spell, so I'm going, like, it doesn't look like they have a temporary lockdown, so I'm just going to try to Spell Pierce this. Maybe we'll see a Mystical Dispute. We do not. Okay, we just really need to hit them land drops. Okay, we do hit a land. If I shock it in play, will that scare them? I hope so. So, Deeproot Pilgrimage, very good with Kumena, but I think I need to hedge against temporary lockdown and start getting rid of something. Get rid of the I don't think I should get rid of the Disdainful Stroke. All the big bombs happen at 4 mana. I'm going to take a big gamble and get rid of the Sentinel, the Nameless City. This is a huge gamble, though. Maybe it's just safer to get rid of that stupid Deeproot Pilgrimage. Because I really want to draw land and then play Deeproot Pilgrimage and hold up Disdainful Stroke, and I think that would be really strong. Okay, Verdict's fine. Oh, that's almost perfect. Okay, so we got the Deeproot Pilgrimage online. We got a Kumena Speaker. Keep attacking like nothing happened. So hopefully there's no Regal they don't play that cat next turn. Lifelink, that'd be awful. But if they do, we do have a Kumena that we can play next turn and maybe we can grind them out. I don't know if I can improve my hand here. Okay, that's fine. My hand is pretty good. Pretty happy with what's going on in our hand right now. Field of Ruin from our opponent. So they do have Supreme Verdict these days. I don't know how many Supreme... I should really... one thing I have not done is like take a really razor close look at what deck lists look like. I don't know how many people play Supreme Verdict anymore. Because like the Niv to Light decks don't play them. Or at least like most of the lists that I see. Oh, you want to come after my lands, huh? Well, it's actually going to be successful because I only have 2 basic lands in my deck and one of them's over here. I think it's very important to have 2 basic lands. If you don't have 2 basic lands, you can be really screwed. Oh my god, that was such a good draw. Now what to do? I can play Kumena. Sort of feel like doing nothing, though. I almost feel like I could play Mutavault, activate Mutavault, use it to crew the Copter, attack for 6, put their opponent down to 4, and then they're in a very desperate situation. And then whatever they play, hopefully I can just beat them with the Disdainful Stroke. Hopefully. Hopefully. Is that a plan? It's going to make a lot of manas for me. Okay, let's, just in case I'm going to activate this. Sorry, tap the Bark Channel pathway because the islands are invincible to Disdainful Stroke. Okay, we're going to make tokens with our Kumena Speaker. We'll draw and discard just in case I get something slightly better. That is better than Kumena. Okay, yeah, we'll dump the Kumena there. Because now we can flash in... Can I win here? What is this? 3, 5, 8? No, I can't. Okay. What is this? Exile target player's graveyard. You gain 2 life. Scry 2, put a +1/+1 counter on for each creature that left the battlefield under your control. That is a weird card. That is a very, very weird card. Alright, it resolves. I guess you can make a... Oh, you decide to gain 2 life and Scry 2? Alright, I guess you need it badly. So I will do nothing, because we do not need to do anything. Opponent takes 4. Still basically facing lethal next turn, because this is 6, 9, 12... By the way, this card was called Kutzil's Flanker. Gotta watch your flank. Okay, they opt to do nothing. I'm just gonna throw out a Hexcatcher at end of turn. Now we have another Hexcatcher. Okay, so I don't intend on attacking with our Hexcatcher. I'll just crew it. And if they go for a big Shark Typhoon, I mean, we just win. Again, we'll activate Mutavault, Copter. Pretty sure we just win here? I have no idea how they get through a Hexcatcher and a million tokens. Maybe they're going to flank me again. You got another Kutzil's Flanker. Gotta be careful what I draw here. I could draw anything. I'm crazy. Yeah, that will not do it at all. So first we will counter once. I'll just play another Hexcatcher and counter twice. And that should be 3/6, more than lethal. Actually, this is just lethal on the board. This is just, it's like super lethal. It was lethal on the board anyway. This is 2, 4, 7. Copter was lethal. I didn't need to do it. I was just win more. It was a had all these situation. All right. We win round 1. It was a very good matchup. If I bring on more control matchups. Love the control matchups. Control matchups in mid-range. All for days. Oh, see you in round 2. Here for round 2, we won the die roll. Hand is insane. This is a very good hand. If our opponent does not interact with our scout or pilgrimage or Kumena on curve, I think we're just gonna absolutely steamroll them with like a huge amount of card advantage. Sort of hoping we're up against a like creature-based deck like Convoke or something, which I think this hand would line up. This hand will line up versus very well versus a lot of stuff, but I sometimes dream about these hands versus Convoke because if they spew a bunch of creatures on the battlefield, this is the perfect or almost perfect hand. I would say it's about the perfect type of hand to have versus them. Okay, we're gonna get our Cenote Scout out. Go Cenote, Cenote. Well, hopefully we're up against a deck with enchantments. Oh no, oh no. There's only one deck that plays Steam Vents, and it's the greatest pain in my ass. Okay, I'm hoping they have Opt here, but probably they have some sort of removal spell. Do I get to attack? Do I get to attack? Nope. No attack. Nothing. Well, maybe we get Kumena out and it lives. There's a Shredder. That's the, yeah, so this is worst thing to possibly see on turn 2. I guess we'll play the Yavimaya Coast. We'll play our Kumena. And then hope we don't die. Yeah, I need to get a good... to figure out a good plan versus this deck. Need a good plan. Ledger Shredder gets big. Gonna get buffed up. Do not Lightning Axe me. They dump a Sleight of Hand. Oh, which means they don't have a Phoenix. No Phoenix out there. Oh, maybe they have the Phoenix with a Lightning something. You want to attack? Come at me. Ooh. That's very good, actually. Okay, so let's play our Bark Channel Pathway. Let's get another Pilgrimage out. Beautiful Pilgrimage. They had Spell Pierce. I guess they were considering if they wanted to do anything with Spell Pierce or something. No! I'm triggering this stupid card. Okay, well, that was a bit of a mistake. Is there a way around it? I mean, I guess I could just do nothing for the turn, but I don't want to do nothing. Oh, no, they discard. Oh, I guess they just drew the Phoenix. Okay, so at the very least, we can tap. We're going to make a bunch of tokens, is what we're going to do. We're going to make a bunch of tokens. This is unblockable. We can attack for 2. Maybe we can race from this situation. And actually, I should... Okay, well, that thing dies. I think from here, I should try to draw a card, and then if I draw Mistcaller, I should play it. You know, I was thinking... I didn't think about this. I should have attacked with the Kumena, made 2 tokens, then with Kumena Speaker, active... Oh, I guess it doesn't change anything. It's all basically the same thing. Okay, let's draw some cards. Oh, I drew a Mutavault. Probably to play around Spell Pierce. I had to play the land when I did. But that's okay. We'll have Mutavault for next turn. We can just play it, activate it, and then play it, activate it, and then get whatever. Okay, so there's 2 Phoenixes now in the graveyard. Can they pull off 3 spells in a turn to race me? Because they'll attack me for 9 in the air. Oh, they want to resign. All right, we got a game. We got 1 game versus the Phoenix deck. I guess they were convinced. It's a pretty good hand, I would say. It was pretty good. It wasn't bad. We'll get Unlicensed Hearst in here. Let's get, like, I don't know what the best route to victory here is, but I'm bringing in all these, whoops, I don't want Mystical Dispute. I want Mystical Dispute, but at the same time, I don't want Mystical Dispute. Okay, we're going to take out Spell Pierce. We're going to keep the Mistcallers. What else do I get rid of? Don't really need Tishana's Tiebinder. That one's awkward. I do not have, and I take out some Copters in lieu of the bring in Unlicensed Hearse. I don't have a perfect plan versus this deck. Maybe I should keep Spell Pierce. Should I keep Spell Pierce? So, I mean, my main way of losing is to Ledger Shredder. That's the main way I lose. And then just buy, I mean, Ledger Shredder and Treasure Cruise. Those are the 2 worst cards in my mind. I could bring in a lot of counter spells, but then when I get too counter heavy, things like Deeproot Pilgrimage get a lot worse. A lot of cards get a lot worse. Just thinking maybe I should remove Copter. Copter is an awkward card. They've got a lot of blockers for this. Right? I shouldn't say they have a lot of blockers, but they always do have a blocker. Okay, maybe we take out Copter. I'm gonna try out Pierce. It's like mana efficient. Can protect me from Anger of the Gods or something. Mystical Dispute also might be just better. I just have to be very careful. Do we bring in Mystical Dispute? I don't want to be too interactive. I have 23 creatures on the deck and 2 Copters. That's not too bad. If anyone has a better sideboard plan than I do, you know, I'm all ears. I'm completely all ears. I'm on the draw. All right, let's just go with this. Anyway, I guess that was a pretty good hand versus... It was a pretty good hand versus Phoenix. This is terrible. This is awful. I have 1 creature, basically. I'll never financially recover from this. Okay, they mulliganed, so will we. This hand is better. I will keep this hand, and I think I'll dump a Kumena Speaker. We've got a lot of creatures here, a lot of 1-drops, including our Mistcaller. We have uncounterable creatures too. They're at the Merfolk. Okay, they don't seem to... I guess they don't have any spot removal for red, otherwise they would have played it. So we draw another... We draw a Botanical Sanctum, which is not bad. Young Pyromancer. Okay, that's going to be a pain, especially given the nature of our hand at the moment. So, okay, but there is an advantage to this now. And the advantage is if that they want to play Anger of the Gods, they'll always at least like 2 for something themselves. So that's some good news. Okay, I'm not going to play Hexcatcher here, so let's attack for 1. They're not blocking. I dare you to block. That's right, you're not going to do it. You're scared. Let's Play another Cenote Scout. Keep drawing lands, which I actually don't want. But I have a Hex Catcher here, so I guess I can buff everything up anyway. Do I want to play Mistcaller here? So you're going to play spell, spell, spell. You might? Okay, so that's just a little bit of insurance, just in case they go spell, spell crazy. Ledger Shredder. There you go. There's the card I can never beat. There it is. And I really need my Cenote Scouts to be bigger to attack through this stupid Shredder. And they discard a Shredder. It's almost great for us. Eaten by piranhas. I like the look of that. Okay, so how do I do this? I guess I eaten this thing first. Pretty sure I want to eat this first. I mean, it's either eat this or eat this. But I can't double spell if I eat this. And frankly, I think I'm just going to have to live with all these elementals. I really hate Shredder. They'll fill the graveyard, let them play Treasure Cruise or something. Unlicensed Hearse, but then graveyard, no. We're going to keep that for sure. Okay, and pass. Fortunately, things like Mutavault and Cenote Scout will be able to hold the ground of the tokens until we can, you know, I don't know, turn the corner. That is interesting. I guess I'll just take 2. Got a Hearse. Play it. I think Spell Pierce is still in their range, so I should play the Hearse. Okay, we're going to immediately eat some stuff. Do I attack with everything? Try to kill this. I have to sack 2 creatures to protect. Nah, I don't want to do that. Let's just pass. Let's just sit on our position a little bit. There is a point where I guess I'll be exchanging these things for like 2 tokens, but that's okay. We're not there yet. Can they go cruise? I guess they can cruise now. Oh, they can Phoenix. Okay, that's fine. Oh, that was a bad time for that. All right, so now we go. They're going to attack in the air, but we can block on the ground now. Yeah, I was like, can they cruise? I guess they can't cruise because we have the Hex Catcher. Okay, maybe we can turn the corner here. We have a lot of stuff. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. An embarrassment of riches. I guess it should still be a priority to... How do we do this? Okay, so we're going to play the Yavimaya Coast, I think. How do I activate? I guess I'm going to activate with Yavimaya... yeah. Do this. I think we're going to attack with everything except our Hex Catcher. We'll keep eating the graveyard with Unlicensed Hearse. So I'm going to attack with everything. I think I'm fine with that. This will look incredibly suspicious. Incredibly suspicious. But that's okay. So it'll take 9-ish. Yeah, it's okay. Okay. We lost a creature. We're going to shut down this Pyromancer. Let's continue to eat up. I think the most important thing to do is eat the instants and sorceries, because they can flash those back. And we're going to pass. It's funny, Anger the Gods would eat up their Arclight Phoenix too. Didn't think about that. You still can't cruise, because I can just sack a creature in order to clear it. They put 0 top, 1 bottom, so they... Seems like they're light on removal. Like, they basically had this handful of cantrips. And we won the match! That is my first victory versus Phoenix. And what can I attribute it to? I'm going to attribute it to... Well, they didn't draw a lot of removal, but the Eaten by Piranhas. Got him! Got him with the Eaten by Piranhas. Their hand was not very good. Well, anyway, I guess they are mortal. That is amazing. I am very happy. I am like... I think my record versus Phoenix is like 0-7 before this match, and now it's 1-7. I'm on the board, Phoenix. I'm coming after you, because if I can beat you, I basically can beat everything. All right, that was round 2. Let's move on to round 3. Here for round 3, we won the die roll again. I will keep this hand. Looks like a pretty good hand overall. Probably go Boseiju turn 1. We need to keep the Bark Channel as a blue source for Tie Channel Pathway. And maybe we just curve right into victory. Okay, start with Boseiju. We are up against the Gigantha Mirror. Maybe it's also a Merfolk matchup. Smuggler's Copter. Put in your graveyard? Absolutely not. That's great. I would love a Smuggler's Copter on turn 2. And then maybe we exchange this Mistcaller for something better. I don't know. Or some of the Eaten by Piranhas. Again, another Izzet Phoenix deck. All right. Attack for 2. Okay, now I'm hoping this is not going to get eaten by a Spell Pierce, but they know about it. Oh, I feel like I'm so unlucky. Hold on, this is Gigantha, though. Do they have Gigantha in Phoenix? Do they? Maybe. What's in their deck? What's going on here? Or is this like an Ensoul deck or something? Inti! You got an Inti. Inti gonna get eaten. Okay, well, we'll start off by attacking for 2. There's unfortunately a million... I really don't want this thing to ever get activated, so I guess we're going to... just Eaten by Piranhas this thing immediately. Or what can I do? Whenever you attack, whenever you discard one or more cards, you may exile the top card of your library. Is there any way you can discard cards at instant speed? Actually, do you know what? You got Spell Pierces in your deck. You're going to get eaten right now. Not even going to take any chances with you. It's your card advantage engine. Engine offline. Although I feel like I've passed, by removing this thing and not putting another thing on the battlefield, I feel like I've passed the play to our opponent. Hopefully they really depended on that card. You get to attack for 1. No follow-up, NT. Valderan Epicure. Okay, so this does appear to be the Insol deck, which is good because we've got an Eaten by Piranhas. And by the way, if they put Insol Artifact on a blood token and you Eaten by Piranhas it will turn into just a 1/1 blood token. Combat Courier. Land. No land. But I can attack. I can attack. They don't block. I'm trying to think, am I really winning this race? I don't know. Okay, I think I'll just pass. I'll just keep up Hexcatcher and Mistcaller. You know what? In retrospect, I probably should leave this thing on defense. Like, my opponent's attacking me back for 4. I'm going to go to 13. But I guess if they go all out, then I play Hexcatcher. I can attack back for 4 and play at least 1 Mistcaller or something. It looks like they're going to dump a blood token or something. Yeah, I should. They also have. I also have the risk of them just sacking a blood token. Another Inti, sure. I'm going to have to Eaten by Piranhas that thing too. Ha! You lost another Inti. Alright, we're going to eat you. Going to get eaten. You have another Spell Pierce? Oh, no, they don't. Okay, so they're going to... Oh, they can discard in response. Oh. What do they find? They found another Inti, I think? Well, that's pretty useless. Well, maybe not completely useless, but it's not great either. Yeah, they're going to go in for 3. Yeah. It's a battle of the Intis. I need lands. It's not bad. It's not really what I want, though. Alright. So if we draw land, play Kumena, then it's basically GG. Because we'll flood the board with tokens and they'll never be able to deal with it. And then as soon as we get other creatures on the battlefield, they just can't do anything about it. Well, I mean, I guess they can do something about it. Inti does something, right? Okay, let's keep our life total high. Okay, when they do this, it means that they've got like double shrapnel blast in their hand. So I gotta keep myself on my toes. Yeah, I've definitely been up versus the Insol deck a few times where they just send in their creatures for, I wouldn't say no reason, but like not a very good reason. Oh, there's Smuggler's Copter. Okay, that was the only thing I could be really concerned about because it can be crude. Or sorry, it can fly. Deals 2 damage to a creature. They play Torch the Tower, bargain. Torch the Tower deals 2 damage to target creature, planeswalker. If the spell was bargained, it deals 3 damage to that permanent, and you draw, you scry 1. If a permanent is dealt damage, it would get exiled. Did you bargain? What is bargaining? You may sacrifice an artifact, enchantment, or token. Okay. I'm assuming they're going to do none of that. Alright, come on, Kumena. Come on, land. Land. Not a land. This is actually terrible. This is actually really good. Now I am in trouble. Now I am in actual trouble. Spassasia is screwing me. I'm going to take 5 in the air. Well, I'm going to take 5. Well, no, not 4. I guess I take 4. They'll crew something with a copter. I guess I should not block. Should just take 5, go to 6. Or should I? I'm surprised they crew with that thing. This thing's useless. I mean, you want this in the graveyard, don't you? You can unearth it. Take 5, go to 6. That hurts my clock by quite a bit. Can I block? Okay, so if I don't block, they discard a Spire Bluff Canal. So if I take 4, go to 7, I think I can still come back from there. Siren, so I'm dead in 2 turns. Yeah, I need that Kumena out. Or I needed this Boseiju to be another island or something. That's okay. I guess our only chance is now we get a land. Oh well. I am very confident in the Insol Artifact matchup. We are literally only losing. Well, we lost to a Spell Pierce apparently. I'm getting really unlucky versus Spell Pierce. I mean, I understand my C-Note Scout, like, what was, yeah, it was a C-Note Scout. C-Note Scout revealed the copter on top. Sure. Actually, I'm going to play my Hexcatcher, and I'm going to counter it. Look at that tech. They play Insol Artifact. You have only one choice, and that is to tap your Starksteel Citadel, which means that creature can't attack this turn. Also, I could have played this game a little bit better. There was a turn that I should not have attacked with our Scout. I should have just held it on defense. Anyway, we're going to concede. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Now we draw the botanical. Now we draw it. Completely useless on turn 8. Okay, what do we do? I think... Oh, yeah, we bring in all the witness protection, all the frog effects. These are frog effects because they are like turn to frog. They do very well versus Inti, and they blow out the Insol artifact deck. Probably I'll take out all the Mistcallers. Might want to take out Spell Pierce. Is there anything else useful to bring in? Decisive Denial, maybe, but probably not. Unlicensed Hearse doesn't do anything. Does this do something? I can fight a Copter with my Sentinel of the Nameless City or something else. No, I probably should just keep Spell Pierce. They got removal, they have Insol. I think that's fine. I think the most important thing is just lock down the more important cards. Eaten by Piranhas can hit a Smuggler's Copter, also hits their Insol artifact. Witness Protection also hits Insol artifact. You can get Who for 5, it's okay, it's fine. Although my Tishana's Tiebinder, a little clunky here. Does that have any use? Yeah, I can hit a Copter still. Okay. Tishana's Tiebinder can also hit Inti, which is pretty good. This hand's fine, I'll keep. Not the most bonkers hand, not useless either. Start off with a very innocent Commander Speaker. The Boseiju actually is fine too. We could end up using that on an artifact that the Insol artifact went on. So it's not irrelevant. Torch the Tower, sure. Torch the Tower this when it comes out. I dare you. Maybe it was better to play Cavernous Souls just in case they have, what's it called? Just in case they have Mystical Dispute. Copter, I'll counter that. I think that is better than what we're doing at the moment. And I'll just slam the Sentinel of the Nameless City. And hopefully that just takes over the game. I mean, ooh, we have our own Smuggler's Copter. In that case, I think I'm still going to play Sentinel. I think it's just more mana efficient. And then I can, like, double pump the Sentinel or something next turn. I can play Copter next turn, that's fine. Like, this will probably deal 3 to 4 damage, and this will deal something. Like, I can play Copter and have Boseiju up by next turn. Or I can choose to explore with the map tokens, which I think is quite good. Copter number 2, which I can Boseiju. You're not the only one with a Copter, though. Okay, so let's try to start exploring. I guess we can start exploring with this. Smuggler's Copter on top. I'm going to leave that on top for now. So we're going to say no. But I'm going to dump it eventually. I think that's my plan. So we're going to say no. We're going to buff our Sentinel up. And then I guess we're going to dump it now. Was this right? Because you can Shrapnel Blast this thing. I hope that was right. Okay, so we're going to attack for 4. And then I'll play my own Smuggler's Copter. Or will I? What if they play Inti? Activate Crew. I guess that's okay. I think we're attacking back for a lot more. Also, their mana base is super painful. Shivan Reef on the draw. Sort of sucks. Okay, there's Inti as prophesized. So there will be a little bit of value here. Might make the Copter a little bit big. I'm hoping they're looking for lands because I don't think they have them. Now they're the one choked on mana this time. But they get to look 2 cards deep. You may discard a card you do, put a +1/+1 counter. It gains trample until end of turn. And it also has, whenever you discard 1 or more cards, exile the top card, you may play that card. So it can be a land card. Case of the... What the hell is this? Case of the Filched Falcon? ETB Investigate. To solve, control 3 or more artifacts. That's so weird. Solved. Pay 3, sack this case, put 4 counters on target non-artifact creature. Sorry, non-creature artifact. It becomes a 0/0 bird with flying. Animate more of your artifacts, I guess. Doesn't this get bigger? May discard a card. When you do, put a +1/+1 counter on target attacking creature. Yeah. And we're going to exile. You got Insol Artifact. Useless. Hoping no lands were found here. I do not block. Ooh, they're going to shock. Oh. Boldarin Epicure. Okay. What did they do with the Insol? They kept the Insol. So I draw command. I don't even want to play this thing because I have to deal with the Insol next turn. Well, I don't have to deal with the Insol. I would prefer to deal with the Insol. I think I'm ahead here by quite a bit. But I can attack for, what, 7, 8, 9. My opponent can attack for less. They can attack for 4, 5, 6, 7, 12. That's a lot. And then if they Shrapnel Blast me, I die. Okay, so maybe we're going to be careful. We're going to be a little bit careful here. Maybe we're going to map first. Let's map this. No, let's not map the Sentinel. Let's map our Copter. Smuggler's Copter. Put in the graveyard? Sure. I hope I'm doing this right, because I could have made a big attack. And also I'm on blocking duty on the bottom. Okay, we're going to draw. Yeah, I think I miscalculated this. Like, this Sentinel is worth a lot. I have a Mutavault here. Mutavault. 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 Okay, we're gonna dump the Kamena, I guess. Seems very... I might be butchering this game. I hope I'm not. We have our own... Okay, so I'm going to try to map this thing again. Or do I need to map my Sentinel? Maybe I need to map the Sentinel. Prevent it from dying to, what's it called? A Shrapnel Blast. Command. Do I keep it now? Okay, no, we're going to keep it. I'll play Mutavault and pass. Okay, so Sentinel of the Nameless City. I think Shrapnel Blast can hit creatures. Yeah, to any target. I don't know if now would be the time they'd want to do it, but it's possible. Okay, they have... Well, they don't want to attack with their Ensoul. Huh. Okay, so we're going to hit this. I think we just Boseiju this. They get nothing. They don't get an attack in. They don't get an Inti trigger. They'll get a land. That they will get. But if they even go Ensoul Artifact on the blood token, we, like, draw Kumena and they're screwed. Oh, they're going to look for... Gonna try to look for something here. They found another Inti, which is not particularly useful. Do they have a counter to Boseiju? I don't think so. Yeah, we win. Now the problem is I'm going to be on the draw for the last game. Mystical Dispute. What do you hit? What do you hit? What do you hit that's worth hitting? Ensoul Artifact. They have a lot of red spells. I think I'm just going to let it slide on the draw. I think Spell Pierce is just going to be a little bit... I mean, I fully believe in these cards. 100% believe in those cards. Such good tech. Good versus basically everything. Okay, it looks like they didn't really sideboard or anything. Or nothing different from last game. Show off our Gigant. It is okay. We can play at actually mostly instant speed, so our Spell Pierce hopefully will be very live. Turn 1 Botanical Sanctum, pass. It'll be just bad if they go like Epicure into Inti. That's probably our worst nightmare. But then we still have Eaten by Piranhas. But it'll force me to tap out. Cenote Scout. You know what? I'm going to hold off on Cenote Scout. They've got a lot of good turn 2 plays like Ensoul, Smuggler's Copter. Well, I guess if they play Inti, I'm really screwed. If they do nothing, I'll just go Cenote Scout and then hold up the Spell Pierce again. Oh, they go Inti. So I'm going to have to tap out to play Eaten by Piranhas. Probably. Or can I hold off one turn? It will look so transparent if I do this. When you attack me, discard a card. You get an extra card. You know what? I actually regret not playing the Cenote Scout turn 1. Like, if my opponent goes Copter or Ensoul, like, big deal. I had the Eaten by Piranhas for turn 2. Now I'm just down like one creature on the battlefield. Okay, we're gonna play our Scout. Hopefully we see a non-creature spell on top. We don't. Shock. I hope I didn't bungle this game up. I'm like really overvaluing this Spell Pierce on the draw. And right now it really looks like I'm representing it like big time. But at least by next turn I can, like, I don't know, Tishana's Tidebinder the Inti. I'm gonna get hit for 4. Okay, they discard a Steam Vents. This is basically like Smuggler's Copter too. There's Ensoul. Okay, can't block anything. No blocks. It's until next turn that they can play this. How does it work? You may play that card until your next end step. Yeah. Okay, so attempt to Spell Pierce would make me big happy if this resolves. I get to be big happy. Another Tishana's Tidebinder. I think the correct thing to do is just going to attack for 1 and then play Sentinel of the Nameless City and then try to block something. And then on our following turn, we might be able to go Eaten by Piranhas and Hexcatcher at the same time. Not particularly thrilled about the position, mostly because we could get hit by a Shrapnel. You want to keep your life total like relatively high, and I have not done that. But I think my biggest was I should have just played this Cenote Scout. If I didn't have Eaten by Piranhas, I don't mind the line that I took, but I did have Eaten by Piranhas. Oh no, that's called Tempo. I'm going to get hit for 5, go to something really small. It looks like I'm going to lose this one. Oh, they didn't want to discard anything. That's very concerning. Deep-Root Pilgrimage. I like the look of that. Okay, so maybe that can get us back into this game. Okay, so play this. Attack for 1. Make a blocker. Put my life total lower. I don't like it, but I'm doing what I got to do. And we will hit this. Oh, yes, I just love drawing all my shock lands versus the aggro decks. I love it! I just absolutely love it. So how dead am I? Very dead. Looks like I'm gonna get killed by Shrapnel Blast or something. Do I even play around Shrapnel Blast? I guess, yeah, we're not gonna play around Shrapnel Blast. Yeah, alright. Yeah, it was as simple as that. Alright, thanks for the games. I do think this is a good matchup, though. The only reason we lost game 1 was we were just choked on finding our 3rd land, or even finding just like a second blue source. So game 1 was like basically sort of in the bag, but we stumbled hard. And in this game, I probably could have played it better. Although we did find some of our clunkier cards on the draw. Definitely the clunkier stuff. Because I should have went Xeno Scout turn 2 and then just played this Ensoul on this Inti. Sorry, I should have played Xeno Scout turn 1. They play Inti. I play probably just pass the turn, and then depending what they do, if they try to attack, then we Ensoul the not Ensoul, the Eaten by Piranhas, the Inti, and I think everything would be hopefully fine. Hopefully. And then I wouldn't take nearly as much damage as what actually happened in this game. And then hopefully not take, have our life total at quite a bit of a higher life total, and we'd stabilize. But as the game played out, I played foolishly on the draw. I put too much stock into this Spell Pierce. That's okay. That was round 3. Let's get on to round 4. We won the die roll. We have no 1-drop, but the hand is pretty good overall, so I'm going to keep it. Start with a Tide Channel, Pathway, and pass. I don't know what my turn 2 play is going to be. It's probably going to be Copter into Sentinel of the Nameless City. Into probably Deep-Root Pilgrimage or something. Oh no, one of these decks. On his Tidebinder. Could really use a 1-drop here. So we'll go... I think we're still going to go Copter. Yeah, I think we're still going to go Copter. At least we have Copter. I mean, if they go turn 2 Slick Shot, I have the option to play Sentinel and then just pass. And then they... attack with a Slick Shot, I can attempt to block. Attempt! I guarantee nothing. Okay, we're going to get attacked for 1, which is sad because I'm sure they need to play their, light up the stage. And if we had a single blocker, we could have prevented that. Soulscar Mage and Skewer revealed, so they're going to have an annoying 1-2 on the board. Yeah, this is a bad matchup. It's terrible. We will follow up with Sentinel, I guess. But then what do I do? Do nothing? Just pass? Yeah, I think I'm going to pass. I'm going to threaten to block, and if I'm not allowed to block, I'll threaten to block with Smuggler's Copter. This thing's sort of offline at the moment. Wizard's Lightning at me. I can't do anything about that. Another... Oh, yeah, okay. Just trying to pump up the skewer that you have. Okay, what's going to go on here? Just attack with that. Well, that's honestly enough reason for me to block. Because if there is another damage spell at my face, then I'm at least saving myself 4 damage. Oh, come on. The nastiest thing is that it's got Trample from my Deep-Root Pilgrimage. Okay, I guess the best thing I could draw now is a 2-mana creature. Not a 2-mana creature. I did save myself 4 life. Let's not forget about that. I have Otawara as well. I don't think that matters. Okay, we're going to play our Tide Channel. Hand is a bit of a clunker at the moment. Tashana's Tidebinder can counter one of the prowess triggers off of Soulscar Mage, but that's about it. Damn it, Soulscar Mage, you are found off of that. Light up the stage. If only that thing was never enabled. I think the problem is my opponent can always just go pass the turn. So I'm just going to play Sentinel of the Nameless City. And I guess I'm going to buff it up the best I can. We got to buff you up, Sentinel. You got to get big and strong. Cenote Scout, absolutely keep that. I'm going to need it by next turn, especially with this Deep-Root Pilgrimage. Then maybe we can muster up some sort of defense. Get to Lava Runner. Running around. Attempt to block the Soulscar Mage. They can shrink my Sentinel, of course, with any spell, which they do. Are they going after... Oh, they're going after my face. I guess I just die. 6. Yep. Oh, got another one of these. +2, +0. Do I die? It's 5, 5, 7. Yeah, that's enough. Okay. They had good hand. I had bad hand. Okay, bring in my Witness. Protection effects. Bring in my Eaten by Piranhas. I'll bring in a Decisive Denial. Mistcaller, sort of poopy. I also find Tashana's Tidebinder sort of poopy. Not really a fan of that card. It's even in that game, you see, it's just awkward. I'll just submit this. They can attack first and then do their thing. Okay, we won the die roll. I would love to go first. Yeah, we can keep this. It's quite fine. Maybe we go Cenote Scout. I would love for it to be a 2/2. Then they play Soulscar Mage and then I kill it. That'd be great. No, that's not what I want. I don't want lands. Lands are bad. Lands are bad. Soulscar Mage. I think we are going to Witness Protection this. And then we are going to... what am I going to do? I don't think I'm going to block. And I don't think they want to block. So I'm going to attack. Alright, they blocked. They're on defense now, apparently. Maybe I should have thought about that again. Maybe I do want to block. But I'm happy about the exchange anyway. Okay, Soulscar Mage gets played. Oh, they're on a 1-lander. That might help us. Another Hexcatcher is good. So we can go Hexcatcher at end of turn if they attack. Then we can go hopefully activate Mutavault, Decisive Denial, kill the Soulscar Mage. That's at least my plan. Did I screw this up? I think I'm supposed to activate Mutavault and try to block. Okay, I'm not going to let that resolve. But what am I going to do? I could just Decisive Denial it. No, I'm not going to let it resolve. But I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to counter it. I think I really want to get rid of the Soulscar Mage. I think I'm going to play Hexcatcher, sack it, activate Mutavault, kill the Soulscar Mage, attack for 2, and then hopefully win from there. Hopefully. Like, they're definitely desperate on some resource here. Alternatively, when Burn deck is, like, really choked on mana, you can just, like, maybe race them sometimes. Anyway, I'm going to take this weird line. I'd love to keep the Hexcatcher, but I need a 2-power creature to kill the Soulscar Mage next turn. I need it. Ooh, Sentinel is great. So we'll attack for 2. Too bad I couldn't choose 2 out of these things. Yeah, we're going to cast. This is a creature we control. That's a creature they control. Pay the green, blue. They fight. They dead. You see, you're not the only one that can burn creatures down, opponent. I can do the same thing too. Another Soulscar Mage, which is actually pretty evil. Problem with Soulscar Mage is it shrinks my creatures. Oh, did this shrink my Mutavault? That's terrible. So I can marginally buff my Sentinel. So, I mean, their hand is gas. It is just pure, absolute gas. How does this card work? Oh, it's Spikefield Hazard. Okay, Wizard's Lightning on my Sentinel. Sure, I can do nothing about that at the moment. It is a 0/1. Get 2 Lava Runner. It is going to be a 2/2. And I can double block something, but I guess I'm going to choose not to. Okay, we're going to play our Hexcatcher. So hopefully we're going to counterattack or something. I don't know. Copter's not bad. Okay, let's buff something up. No buffing allowed. In that case, we're going to go get Gigantha, I guess. Yeah, attack for... Oh, I can attack with both. Sentinel's on blocking duty. Or I shouldn't say blocking duty, but I can crew Copter off of it. Okay, let's get this. Play Copter. I will attempt to threaten to block the Gitu Lava Runner. I will attempt. They're starting to run out of resources, though. So that's some good news for us. So Spear resolves. Play with Fire at my face. That is also going to resolve. Skewer the Critics also at my face. That is also going to resolve. Well, I mean, I don't know if the Skewer is going to resolve, so I'm going to get hit for 6. So I'm definitely... I guess I'm definitely going to use this Hexcatcher. Hold on. Or am I going to sack my Sentinel? Sentinel not going to attack for very much. Also not going to crew for very much if it's gone, if it's dead. Okay, so I'm going to hit for 6. I go to 7. It's not terrible. Okay, I think I'm going to sack my Hexcatcher. Is that foolish? I need something with power on the battlefield. Sack the Sentinel. Because I need something to cruise my Copter. Okay, I'll take 6. Okay, here's our comeback story right here. Not a very good comeback story at the moment. Okay, so we're going to attack. Draw, discard. That is great! I needed that to start the turn. Okay, so we discard that. Oh, that's so annoying. Okay, so we're going to play our Pilgrimage. I think we're going to activate the Mutavault. I think we're going to... What is with this counter on it? Oh, yeah, it's so it did shrink. Going to explore. We have Eaten by Piranhas. I guess we're going to keep that. Put that in Graveyard? No. I'd like to keep that if I can. Or I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I should keep that. Okay, and pass. Pass the turn. Grand scheme of things, we're still in a lot of trouble. Deep-Root Pilgrimage might help us get out of this, though. Swiss Spear. You know what? I'm really not... I don't know what I'm hoping my opponent draws, but that is not it. Oh, God. Okay, if they want to have one spell, everything is going to die anyway. So, okay, let's go block, I guess, this thing. What if they attack me for 4? What if they have no spell in hand? But what are the odds of that? Okay, I guess we'll block this. Then I can let it resolve. Okay, so, okay. We take 3, go to 4. That's a good life total. It's a very good life total to be at. Skewer. And I can actually counter this. Okay, Mutavault becomes a 2. Oops, I'm going to tap for mana. Okay, maybe we can get back into this game. But actually it requires... I regret putting that Piranha thing on top. Okay, so we got to counter this. Or do I? Okay, hold on. What if we go to 1 and I just fill the board with stuff? That actually is another line I should highly consider. And then these Hexcatchers can be online. Do you know what? I think I go to 1. I think it's actually better to go to 1. Yeah, we can lose the unspent mana. I'm just going to make a bunch of tokens. Activate Copter. Although everything is lethal. Okay, so crew Copter with Hexcatcher. Oh, but any spell that they top deck is lethal too. Okay, activate Mutavault, I think. Okay, alternate option is I activate Mutavault and I tap it in order to play my Gigantha, which is a big, beefy creature. Like, nothing is allowed to get through at this point, but I need to win the game somehow. Yeah, this Eaten by Piranhas is so bad now. Okay, I'm going to activate Copter, and I guess I'm just going to attack for 3, as pathetic as that seems, because I need enough creatures on the ground to block and also sack to something. That is a great draw. Okay, so that is everything I could possibly hope for. So now let's discard this breeding pool. Does that help me? Okay, play Kumena. I think this helps me. Okay, and pass. I think this helps me. Okay, they resign. And now we have to somehow win game 3, which is like impossible if they just curve out naturally. Yeah, there's not really much anything else I can do about it. Run it back. Let's hope they keep a 1-lander again. Gigantha was almost useful that game. Sound looks fine. They kept 7 cards though, which is dangerous for us. At least our mana base doesn't hurt us. Yep. Kumano, who faces something. Play our Scout. Fidelian Hexcatcher. I think we're going to put that in the graveyard. We're going to put it in the graveyard because I think I'm going to want to, with the number of 1-drops in our hand, I'm going to want to hit our, curve. Like, I want a 3rd land at some point. Okay, they got Slick Shot, so they attack us for 2. Draw another Copter, which is terrible. I think we're just going to Eaten by Piranhas this thing, and then just keep our Scout on blocking duty. I think we have to keep our Life Soul Knight high and dry, as I would say. This is not a wizard anymore. This is not a wizard, so it doesn't really matter. Seems like they have Wizard's Lightning, and they sort of wanted to play it, but they couldn't. So we will block enchantment creature. I don't think it matters what we block. Hopefully it doesn't matter. Oh, okay. It didn't matter what we did. That is such an absolute blowout. I hate this card. Basically like removal. Mountain and another Skewer the Critic so we can get hit for another 3 damage here. I got Spell Pierce. Very poorly timed. Not that it matters that much. It is interesting to note that though, if this was a Witness Protection, I would have been able to play like another Scout and hold this up at the same time. But because this is a 2... I'm playing with more of these because I'm expecting less aggro in the metagame because I've just been playing against so much mid-range. And also it's better versus Amalia and the mid-range decks. And I think it's better versus Phoenix. So I'm a little bit heavier on the Eaten by Piranhas. But if you're in a very heavy aggro metagame, you should have more Witness Protection than Eaten by Piranhas, because it's just that much more important to be mana efficient. In this spot, I'm going to... I think I'm just going to put 2 creatures on the board, if I'm allowed to. I guess we'll play Tide Channel Pathway. Okay, so maybe we're going to play the Copter instead. And I'll attempt to block this abomination over here. But we should be lost. Or should I risk it and try to kill this thing? Maybe I should go for the upside. I don't know what I'm hoping for here. But probably I should try to block this, keep my Copter, and then deal with this later. I'm just so far behind, plus I need this block to do something. We'll discard... Do I discard Copter? Yeah, I guess we'll discard Copter. I don't think I can afford to keep using Copters here. All right, is there like double Skewer or something? Gigantha goes to hand. All right, maybe we have a chance. That was not a show of strength at all. Now we can like basically empty our hand. So Gigantha's coming out next turn. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, we can play Merfolk. Maybe I shouldn't have played this Kamena Speaker. Because I'm definitely... Well, no, I'm playing the Kamena Speaker because I want to protect my Hexcatcher a little bit. Maybe there's something better I could draw. All right, we got to counter. We got to counter attack now, and maybe we have a chance. So they've just lands in hand, I guess. Though Den of the Bugbear might come and get us. Draw, discard, breeding pool, and pass the turn. And pray for our lives. I'm in a bad spot. Like I don't want this really to get active. I don't want anything to get active. That's not good. Okay, so they are gonna activate the Den. I'm gonna get hit for 3, I guess. That's what's gonna happen because this deals 2. Doesn't pump this. Oh no, this is 3. So I need to draw... Need 4 mana. I guess they have a land in hand. They have to have a land in hand. Oh, and I have to block with this Kamena Speaker. Okay, let's block your land. Take 4, go to 2. And now I need to... I don't think I... Hold on, I don't have Tishana's Tidebind in my deck, right? Yeah, I sided it out. I don't even know what I'm trying to draw here. Because it looks like we're doomed one way or another. Eaten by Piranha is not going to do it, in my opinion. How to win this game? There is no way to win this game. Need some of these lands to do something. Other than that, I guess we're going to put a Gigantha in hand. There's like nothing I can hope my opponent to draw. They draw a land, I'm dead. They draw creatures, I'm dead. If they draw a burn spell, I'm dead. Player Piranha, and they just, yeah, eat us, kill us with the ruin, and concede. Alright, Well played. Yeah. Wah, wah. Just poor matchup. You gotta try to maximize the times you get good matchups and minimize the times you get bad matchups. This is it makes me feel like how old modern players used to feel. It's like, damn it, modern is such a crapshoot. It's it's all matchup dependent. I would find, like, for the most part, I'm pretty happy about our matchups. We just basically lose to 2 decks, maybe 3, like, because we lose to a few slick shot variants, and that's okay. I think that's okay. Just, you play your turn, you hope you get better matchups. Okay, well, anyway, that was round 4 in a 6-round event. See you in round 5. Here for round 5, I'm on the draw. We don't have a 1-lander, we have a 1-creature-er, so we're gonna mulligan. Opponent kept 7. Looks like this hand sort of sucks, but we'll keep it, I guess. Gonna hope the top of our deck is very friendly. The top of our deck is quite friendly to us. Maybe it's got a Hex Catcher. Maybe it's got a Smuggler's Copter. Looks like we might be up against Amalia, because I don't know many Temple Garden decks that might go turn 1 pass. Mistcaller is good if we are up against Amalia. Do I play that first? I don't really want to. I want to play it second. I would play around that Cavern Bat thing. There's like a bat that looks through your hand. Kamana Timer, we definitely want to keep that on top. We're going to keep the Kamana. That might be our only chance of getting through this game. Don't bat me. Yeah, it's definitely Amalia. There she is. Might be close to GG already. What is the best way to go about this? I think the best way is to play Island. We're going to attack for 2. We're going to threaten Hex Catcher. Wow! There's going to be a block here. Okay. I guess that's... Why don't I ever have Hex Catcher here? Okay, whatever. There's a trade. Okay, we're going to have a Kamena Speaker and follow it up with Mistcaller. And then if they try to return to the ranks, they're Amalia. Well, Mistcaller will deal with it. The next turn, we'll play Kamena Tyrant of Vraska, and I guess we're going to start drawing some cards. But we do have to close this game out quickly. I mean, this is a combo deck. I don't want to dirtle around too much by drawing cards. If we can find a Merfolk Pilgrimage, that'd be fantastic. Extraction Specialist. Enters the battlefield. Return something back. Return target. Okay, we're going to let the thing go on the stack. And then I believe after it's on the stack, it has to come back. You have no choice. And it's gone forever. Poof! But I guess that's what they wanted to do. Maybe I fell right into their trap. It's the whole idea there. Okay, we have a Sentinel. I think we should get Sentinel out first, because this can attack, and then we can draw cards with Kamena afterwards. I'm just going to keep our creature on the battlefield. I should say this thing can theoretically attack. Actually, there is some logic to attacking, because they do need a density of creatures on the battlefield to make their Court of Callings worthwhile. Prosperous Innkeeper. If they double block, they still die, but they can't cord, but they can cord for 1 at the moment. There's Amalia number 2. They found a Razor Verge Thicket. Mutavault's pretty good. I like the... I guess we play Kumena first. Just trying to think. You can block for 5 anyway, so I can just attack for 3, and then if there's a double block, then if there's a double block between Extraction Specialist and Amalia, is that really that good? I guess we're just gonna allow it. Make more maps. All right, they're gonna take the damage, and I guess we are going to tap 3 creatures because I'm probably not blocking anything. I think we really want to find a Mistcaller here. We want to find a Mistcaller. We don't find a Mistcaller, but we found a Cenote Scout. Let's hope we don't die this next turn. Botanical Sanctum, I believe I played our land for this turn, and we'll just pass. Now this matchup is not... I don't know what this matchup is like. Maybe it's bad, maybe it's fine. Well, looks like we're going to lose here. Cord for 2. So they're going to find their Wild Growth Walker. So it's not hopeless yet, because after they blow up the board, what we can do is... If we can find a Deeproot Pilgrimage... this Mutavault can activate or attack and create a token that can basically block this thing for eternity. Okay, so they're dumping all their collected companies into the graveyard. What are they looking for off the top? Just for another Wild Growth Walker? Oh no, they're just keeping. Sorry, this is the revealed card zone. They're gonna, no matter what's gonna happen, they're gonna have a collected company next turn. Or do I just die? So it gets to 20. They blow up the board. They just attack for 20. Is that how this works? I think that's how this works. Yeah, this Amalia didn't have Summoning Sickness. Just attacks me for 21. That's fair. That's fair. So our hand was like... Well, our hand wasn't really honestly that good. Like, we did have a Mistcaller, but it was like pretty pathetic, given the board state. Okay, post board, we're going to bring in Torpor Orb, because this hurts the anything that comes into play, and that's like 95% of the deck. We're going to bring in Decisive Denial that can counter Coco. It can counter Court of Calling, but it can also fight the creatures in play, which might be necessary. We're going to bring in all the Witness Protection, all the Frog effects. What we're going to take out... Yeah, what do we take out? Spell Pierce. Maybe we can take out Kumena Speaker. Take out 3 more cards. Can't remember if I take out Sentinel or Kumena. Can't take out everything. I want Deep Root. Maybe I take out Tishana's Tidebinder actually interacts in this matchup in a weak, but still something degree. Maybe I'm shaving these. I honestly don't remember what I do in this matchup. I guess I'll take out the other Sentinel. Keep everything else that interacts. Keep the Scout that like can dig for stuff, sculpt the top of our library. We still need to have games where we like do something on turn 1, followed up with something on turn 2. Eaten by Piranhas easily better than Witness Protection. I don't know, maybe I don't know if I need Witness Protection in this matchup. I mean, it's fine if our opponent goes like turn 2 Wild Growth Walker or turn 2 what's it called, Amalia. They pass the turn to you and you play Witness Protection. Like, that's fine. That's okay. That can work out. Also important to note, Tishana's Tidebinder and Torpor Orb is a bit of a non-bow, but if Torpor Orb's on the battlefield, we don't care. It's okay. It can be a non-bow. His hand's not very good. No 1-drop. Turn 2 Copter. Turn 3 Sentinel. Turn 4 we have something going, I guess. Okay, I'm gonna keep, but I'm very unhappy about it. Our opponent mulligan, so that's some good news. I just start the game off. Okay, they kept 6. Start the game off with a Breeding Pool and passing. Save myself that 2 life. You never know when you need that 2 life. I have nothing to play on turn 1 with my Sanctum anyway. They have something to do with their mana. Look at that. Thoughtseize. Oh, they're going to get my Copter. Damn it. All right, now we're hoping for a 2-drop off the top. 2-drop off the top. Because they're very likely going to take the Copter. Oh, they took the Tidebinder. I guess that means we're in danger. We must be in incredible danger for them to take that Tidebinder. I guess they'll just go turn to Amalia and then like Wild Growth Walker, and then do we die from there? I guess not. They need to gain life somehow. I can Decisive Denial, kill Amalia. What is this? Oh, Prosperous Innkeeper again. That's fine. Or I guess now they can go like still turn 3 Amalia and Wild Growth Walker. And there's nothing I can do about that. Okay, let's dig. Start digging, Copter. I need stuff. I need help. I don't have enough help right now. That's great. I need to survive next turn, though. I do need to survive next turn in order to make that thing useful. Do I die? 4 lands. Collected combo. We're going to spin the wheel. All right, spin the wheel, opponent. You do have the Innkeeper, so you got the combo. You got the Deep Cavern Bat. Oh, the Deep Cavern Bat is okay because I can Decisive Denial that thing. What else is on the battlefield? Amalia. But actually a problem... Oh, no, okay. Yeah, so what are they going to do? I guess the right thing for them to do is to take the Decisive Denial, because Torpor Orb doesn't work so well when there's a Deep Cavern Bat on the battlefield, because this thing can gain lifelink. This is like their route to victory. An alternate route to victory. So my hope is they are going to swipe this thing. They did right. Okay, so all I have to do is find Wild Growth Walker, and I'm in trouble. They find Surge of Salvation. They dumped that. Another trigger from the Innkeeper. Another Amalia. They dumped that. They don't like any of that. And they're going to get into the red zone. What do you know? Let's buff up the Sentinel. I think we're just going to be attacking with Sentinel for a little while. Kumena, Tyrant of Araska. I guess we'll keep that on top of our library. I guess. And so they know exactly what's in our hand. No, they don't actually. They don't know about this Botanical Sanctum. So I will hit for 4. Okay, I will be successful. Play the Torpor Orb. I can make this thing a little bit bigger too. Is that worth it? I just want to be able to block the Deep Cavern Bat if I have the option. Yeah, maybe I'm going to play Breeding Pool. We're going to Shock, and we will buff up our Sentinel a little bit more. They still don't know what this last card of ours is. So they can play a creature. This will trigger. Malagate will probably get a little bit bigger. Here comes the other Sentinel. Oh yeah, Torpor Orb does not trigger it anymore. Okay, Amalia offline until they want to attack with their Deep Cavern Bat. But now I've got a Kumena, Tyrant of Vraska on the way. I have to make sure this doesn't trigger. So I can attack, we trade with the Sentinel. That's not good. I don't like that exchange. That sounds terrible. Okay, let's just get something that's unblockable here. And, well, it's sort of unblockable. Yeah, I don't think I want to attack. I don't think I want to do anything. Just pass? Yeah, I think I'm going to pass. But, like, ball's in their court, for sure. Because they just need to find, what's it called? Wild Growth Walker, and then Deep Cavern Bat is online. They attack with Deep Cavern Bat. They get a trigger. I need this Deep Cavern Bat to get out of here. I sort of want my Smuggler's Copter again. It's interesting. They're going to attack with the Sentinel. I'm definitely going to block with my Sentinel, which is much bigger. They desperately want that map token. They want to dig. Digging is important. But now I get to attack again. Okay, they found a land off of the Amalia. Comes into play tapped. So I get to attack again. Ooh, Mistcaller is great. It's exactly what I was looking for. So now I can actually attack with the Kamenev Tyrant of Erazka. Or can I? No, I think I'm just going to try to draw a card. Okay, I'm going to play this thing in advance. All the blocks are terrible. Torpor Orb holding the fort down. I'm not attacking, by the way, I'm not attacking with Smuggler's Copter because I once had a game where I just got absolutely smushed. Absolutely smushed by, okay, we're going to make sure this, well, I guess it's all going to do the same anyway. Okay, so we're going to make those our blocks. Then I think we will tap 3 Merfolk to draw a card. Oh no, do you have that Salvation card? Okay, good. I was getting scared there for a second. I guess we can put we can map our Kamena. Vidalian Hexcatcher's on top. We are not ditching that. And we shall pass the turn. And the Deep Cavern Bat still can't attack. But we are about to attack soon. Big time. Guess there's another Amalia. Oh, what a surprise. Okay, so now we're going to activate our Mutavault to crew our Copter. I don't know if this was their plan, but I guess they're feeling pretty desperate at this point. Unless there's a removal spell for the Copter, which there is not. Block. But now, like, we're going to have access to the Decisive Denial again. Yeah, we're definitely going to draw and discard our Botanical Sanctum. Huge win. Gain life once. You got a Mana Confluence. Another Sentinel. Okay. But I do believe I am just completely outpacing you on damage. Oh my goodness. Now what? Okay, so I think all I'm going to do... Well, I'm going to do a lot of things. Damn, I can't really do everything I want to do. I mean, this is basically over, right? I think it's basically over. Okay, let's first Decisive Denial. Kamena and Amalia. I'll pay 3 life. That's okay. I keep forgetting about the 3 life, but yeah, we can do that. Fight. Fight, 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 fight. Okay, there was no response. If there was a response, I would have played Hexcatcher in response. Then, next, we shall play Deeproot Pilgrimage. Do I play Deeproot Pilgrimage? It's either that or Hexcatcher, and they're both pretty good. Okay, I'll play Deeproot Pilgrimage. Because I don't know how they can get out of this. They have to, like, go Chord or Collected Company, and I still have Mistcaller on the battlefield. So we crew the Copter. We'll make Kamena unblockable with the token that we just made. We'll attack for 6. I think that's a lock. I'll say... I don't know if I want to... Okay, I'll draw. Okay, there's a land. I guess, like, I was thinking they're probably dead next turn. Therefore, the Hexcatcher is not worth a whole lot in our hand at the moment. Anyway, that was my logic. Oh, do they have Fatal Push? That would be terrible. I didn't really play around that. I don't know how many Fatal Pushes they run, though. Fatal Push on our Mistcaller end of turn would have been pretty bad. Alright, so we're basically threatening lethal again. They have nothing of a board. We have everything of a board. Say, ooh, cute. And the funny thing is, from here, I can play my Hexcatcher now. So they're still doomed. Amalia enters the battlefield. Oh no, do they have no, they don't have Wild Growth Walker. So they're still pretty screwed. Things on top. Are they going to keep it there or are they going to bin it? They bin it because they know they can't beat the Mistcaller. They're still pretty dead. I'll just take 3 damage. It's okay. Attack back for 1 million. I mean, they're dead here. They're like, they can't do anything. They found a Cenote Scout on top. Yeah, that was it. All right, go game 3. So, like, the only reason I feel like I have any chance versus Amalia is games like that. Somewhere between, like, you know, having a Torpor Orb out and then, like, the Mistcallers do help. The Mistcallers do help. It's basically trading with one of their key combo cards. Combo enablers, I should say. Between Collected Company, Court of Calling, and Extraction Specialist sometimes. I like how that played out. Let's run it back. Probably should have 4 Kamena in the deck. Not sure what to take out. Maybe I have to take out that last Dishana's Tidebind or Sentinel. This hand's not really interactive. I'm going to keep it, though, because it's got our engine online immediately. Okay, Mana Confluence. Take damage. That means their hand is very painful. Thoughtseize. Oh, they're taking a lot of pain. Well, I guess they could have, like, Temple Garden or something in their hand. They're playing the Mana Confluence just because that's their only black source. So it doesn't really say anything about like the quality of their lands in hand. I mean, it probably means this is their only black source. So they have no Overgrown Tomb. They would have played that instead. No Godless Shrine. They would have played that instead. They took the Scout. Makes sense. Well, don't even want to play this Mutavault. Whoops, that was a mistake. I meant to. That was like a weird slip. I meant to play the island. Amalia? Looks like Amalia. Okay. Got an Amalia. Ooh, we got an Eaten by Piranha. Ward, pay 3 life whenever you gain life. Okay, so I guess in response, we're just going to try to... Oh no, they've got Surge of Salvation, so I'm just going to do this now. That's fine. I'll pay the 3 life. I don't want to get Surge of Salvation. That'd be terrible. So as it stands, we're going to go turn 3 Kamena, turn 4, play Mutavault, Deeproot Pilgrimage, and hopefully that's enough to get into this game. I guess they're choked on mana because they didn't play a land for that turn. I don't want to play this Botanical Sanctum, but I guess I have to. Colorless. I would like to play the Cavern of Souls, but like this will come into play tapped later on in the game, and I shouldn't screw around with my mana. We are probably just hoping our opponent does not find their 4th land. They found the 4th land. All right. 4th land online. Guess it's just going to be a Coco. Oh, you don't want a Coco? Okay, yeah, you want a Coco. Get some life from your Innkeeper. Maybe get some other stuff. You do have Wild Growth Walker, but it's useless. Useless without the Amalia online. They are going to gain a bunch of mana, gain a bunch of life. Deck basically online. But, okay, we are about to be online, which is just as important. I keep drawing lands, though. So this is colorless. Play this. As it stands... Like, I can't do anything on defense, so I might as well activate the Mutavault to make our Kamena unblockable. This will maximize the number of tokens I can have on the battlefield, and then hopefully we can just muster up something next turn. In a pinch, I can play Otawara on something, so that is a line. But now we're vulnerable to, like, Court of Calling. We know they're choked on lands, which is unfortunate, which means they've got a handful of gas. Hopefully it's a bunch of useless gas, though. Another Innkeeper gains a bunch of life. It's not bad. Swing and a miss. Swing and a miss. Damn, we need this Torp Orb. I need to do a lot of damage very, very quickly. So in a pinch, if they get another Amalia out, I guess in a pinch I need to like bring my Eaten by Piranhas back to my hand somehow and then replay it on Amalia. Okay, if we just draw a random creature, maybe that's good enough because they're gaining a lot of life, but that's all they're doing. Okay, creature. Random creature. Oh my god, you gotta be kidding me. So we're going to, I guess, activate Mutavault to draw a card. We have almost an engine online. Okay, come on, random creature. That'd make this engine move a lot faster. Not a random creature, but I'm not gonna be disappointed. Okay, hold on. Whoops. Okay, okay, we're gonna attack. And then we're gonna make this unblock. I accidentally moved to my attack step by accident. Maybe they're just start going all out. They know everything in our hand, more or less. Okay, we are still gonna play this though. Oh boy, this is where they might get aggro. Which in that case, the following turn, we're going to be more careful with our life total. Are they gonna go aggro? I got the unblockable creatures here. Well, they have one unblockable creature too. They're thinking about it. They can attack for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's 5. No, they're only going to go 1. And they do gain life. That's lifelink, baby. All right, it's a creature. I'm not going to be too disappointed. I am at a point where I should probably start... Okay, so I can now make 3 tokens a turn. And this gives me some protection versus Court of Calling. I guess it looks like we're in pretty good shape to win this one. It looks like we're in pretty good shape to win this one. Tap 2. Just trying to figure out... Because I have to start wailing on my opponent. Or should I, again, attempt to draw a card? I can draw... Yeah, I think I'm still going to draw a card. Whoops. Don't sacrifice that one. I just have too many creatures here. I'm not desperate yet. Our opponent's not acting desperate either. I can't believe this. So I guess we will keep Otawara open. Merfolk. Damn, I can't have 5 up. That's so annoying. Or maybe I can't. Maybe I just do nothing and I'm going to pump the team and then we start, like, going in crazy. 5... Okay, I can attack, make a token, activate Mutavault, make it unblockable. Yeah, that will work. That still works here. Attack, make a token. In response, activate Mutavault. Also, make token. So we'll have 5 tokens up that we can pump, just in case they decide to go make a crazy Alpha Strike or something. And then we are going to start going on the attack by attacking with a bunch of 2/2s. Because I do want to close out this game. If they find Bossage, they have a good chunk of enchantment destruction. So we do have to close out this game. Okay, they decide to do nothing. We're going to pump up our team. Oh, I should have activated Mutavault. I missed that. So I guess that's okay. So next... Why am I drawing so many lands? And I'm drawing like so many extra cards this game. Do I just send the team? Okay, I think I'm going to not send everything. This is unblockable. I can attack with almost everything. Attack, make another token. They still don't have a really good counterattack. Okay, we'll attack with everything. It's fine. Math is for blockers. So Wild Growth Walker can definitely double block one of these tokens, but like it's going to be really bad value. What do we have here? It has Disturb, Flying. Oh, it can fly. Okay, whatever. Let's get rid of a lot of these creatures, these dinks. I mean, no matter what, they're going to get hoof for a huge chunk of damage. I guess they're afraid of me playing like a Hex Catcher. They have to be aware of that. Okay, they're just going to do a bunch of chump blocks. That's fine with me. Take your damage. I'll put a Botanical Sanctum in play tapped and pass. And we still have a good chunk of blockers here on the battlefield. Oh, they kept just enough creatures, by the way. Another Amalia. What the hell do I do about this? I can bounce the Amalia? Oh, shoot, but they have, like, infinite life, don't they? What a top deck! What a top deck! Okay, what do I have to do? I have to... And I don't want to draw. What is... Hold on. Destroy all other creatures if its power is 20. Oh, but they need to gain life, which they can't do, because they have a Deep Cavern Bat, so I can bounce that back to their hand. Actually, I have a few lines. Okay, so that's... Okay, that is allowed. That is legal. Okay, I have a cute line. No! I had to bounce this back to my hand! I thought I was going to bounce this back and then replay it. So whenever you gain life, you get to explore. Shoot! Shoot, shoot, shoot. So now what do I do? I can bounce the Deep Cavern... Oh yeah, I forgot about this Amalia thing. So what I was supposed to do is bounce the Eaten by Piranhas back to our hand and then replay it on Deep Cavern Bat, and that does nothing. I have nothing for flying. Okay, so... At least this triggers on flying, so I can just whale them. Okay, so I think this is still under control. It's still under control. Don't worry, we're doing fine here. We still got this. They might just resign here, because I'm attacking for way more than they can block. The lifelink will trigger at damage, but we'll eat them for like 1 billion damage anyway. Okay, they replay the Deep Cavern Bat. Activate Mutavault, draw a card, make a token. Fortunately, I'm very lucky this all is working out, because I definitely punted with that line. I should just grab my thing back. All these lands, I can't believe this. This is insane. This is absolutely insane. So if I understand correctly, we just send the team, right? Whenever a creature, ward, lifelink. But you dead. Oh, actually, there's a few ways I can do this. I can actually just make this unblockable. And make our Commander Tyrant Daraska a 4-power creature. Sure, we'll just do that. Would you like to resign? Attack for 4. By the way, I could do that one more time. Opponent goes, good games, good games. Very interesting games at the very least. But it was all Torpor Orb, I guess. It was all Torpor Orb. If it wasn't for Torpor Orb, this game would be impossible. Yeah, so they would have eventually... I mean, at the moment they got Amalia, they would have won through these millions of life gain triggers, but Torpor Orb just completely saved us. But it's still, this is not, I don't know if I'm going to say this is a good matchup. I've won a good chunk of games now. I still think that there's a lot of situations, there's a lot of games that are completely out of your control. Like, they could have just easily comboed off on turn 3 or 4 with Collected Company, but they didn't have the combo, so you know, we ended up winning. And unfortunately, their hand had no Collected Company or anything like that, so it gave us enough time to find Torpor Orb and set up our own game. Can't believe how many lands we drew. All right, that was round 5. Let's move on to round 6. Here for round 6, we lost the die roll. We're up against a Gigantha deck. Could be anything. There's like a million Gigantha decks. Our hand is like, okay, I guess. I'll keep. It's a bit awkward. Spell Pierce on the draw, especially in multiples, not ideal. We're up against Soulscar Mage. We're up against a Slickshot deck, which means we are close to doomed. Doomed, I say. What is even our best route to even having a shot in hell in this game? We have Breeding Pool again, of course. Well, it would be nice if we go Mistcaller into Pilgrimage into Kamena and then start, like, I don't know, holding up a bunch of Spell Pierces. Usually for the first few turns of the game, there's going to be a bunch of development on the ground with playing creatures, so I definitely don't need to hold up Spell Pierce. I could have the option to hold it up next turn, though. Don't know how much that's going to help me. I'm going to hope my Mistcaller is alive. Alive by next. And there's a Swift Spear. And a Kumano. So actually, I can sack a Mistcaller and eat the Kamana by next turn when it hits Chapter 3. Land that doesn't deal damage to me. Oh my god. On the draw too. On the draw. Okay, let's play a Deep Root Pilgrimage. Attack for 1. Let's make some babies. The babies are gonna be blocking, and then hopefully we can play Kumena, Tyrant of Vraska, and then I don't know, make more babies. I'm a baby maker. I'm a baby maker. Okay, let's block this. I think I'd rather the roll token on here. Like if they're going to use Monstrous Rage, which there is. Oh yeah, they always have it. They got everything. It's funny, if I were on the play, maybe this would have helped. Nah, if I was on the play, I would not be able to attack with Mistcaller on turn 2 into a 1/1 Soulscar Mage. Did they shock themselves? Seek the Beast. Exile 2 cards. Why are they doing this post-combat? Or are they just literally... No, they're playing the instant side. Okay. Couldn't they have done that? Anyway, I don't understand. 2 Play with Fires on top. That is just beautiful. That is just beautiful. So, and I still have these breeding pools. So in like our 2 prowess matchups, I drew my breeding pools versus both of them. I'm just like, look, I'm surveying the situation. It's terrible. So I can shock, go to 5, and then do what? Unfortunately, I can't tap my Kumena, and they're still going to play this by next turn. 2 Play with Fires, deals 2 damage to things. They deal damage to my face. I can go to 3, sack Mistcaller. Boy, is this ugly. Boy, is this ugly. And I can't tap my Kumena for any reason. Okay, we're going to attack, because we're going to sack the Mistcaller to deal with this thing. Because they have to exiles, then returns to the battlefield transformed under your owner's control. But unfortunately, it will be when it leaves, it's gonna come back, and it wasn't cast. So my plan at the moment is block this Swift Spear with my Kumena, I guess, which doesn't really help either. And then chump block the Soulscar Mage. Play with Fire is gonna go to my face. I mean, I guess they could do that twice. Do it only once though. Do it once for me. No, they're gonna do it twice. But I don't die. I'm at 1 life. Or I do die. Okay, concede. Because they'll buff up their Swift Spear. It has Trample, and it'll deal 5 damage over to me. Well, that went as badly as it possibly could. All right, let's get them Witness Protections. Let's get some Eaten by Piranhas. Let's get some Decisive Denials. Let's get rid of the Mistcallers. What was I doing? Got rid of Tishana's Tidebinder. Yep, that's about it. It's possible maybe like I should be removing Smuggler's Copter, keeping Tidebinder. Tidebinder interacts with that enchantment, because I can counter the trigger, the 3rd trigger. No, but we're going to keep the Copter for now. And we are going to pray. The key to winning this matchup is to win the die roll. Hope they have a bad hand, at least win game 1, and then try to get there in game 3. This hand, by all means, looks like one of the best. One of the better ones. What are the odds I use this Boseiju? I don't really want to play Bark Channel Pathway as is. But Boseiju might help me versus some of their lands and enchantments. Whatever. Bark Channel Pathway. Scout. Scout it up. Sentinel of the Nameless City. We're definitely going to keep that. I hate how it says, like, do you want to put it in the graveyard? And you're like, well, I want to keep that. So I say yes. And then it puts in your graveyard. And then you're just big sad face, you know? Soulscar Mage. Which is, unfortunately, cannot block ever what we're doing here. Yeah, think about what's more mana efficient here. We just play Otawara. We attack. It's like, and then I will, what I rarely do, but I'll play a Hexcatcher here. I don't really like playing Hexcatcher to get in that 1 extra point of damage, but I don't have a whole lot to lose to do it. The audacity here. So it gets +2/+0 and has Trample, So I can sack both my creatures to neutralize this, which is interesting. And then when Audacia is put into graveyard from the battlefield, draw a card. I will never be able to block this thing properly. Okay, I'm going to let it resolve. I'm going to hope that I can attack faster than they can. So this is going to be a prowess trigger. I will counter that, though. I think this is a little too much. This is like a creature. Hold on. Cancel. Again, maybe, can I race here? I hate that Soulscar Mage is on the battlefield. It will only deal 1 damage to me. I'll pump something else up. Do you know what? I think I'm going to let it resolve. We're just going to try to race. As insane as that sounds. Okay, we attack back. We'd like to draw 1 more land, so we can play Kumena or Kumena Speaker at the same time, which will help that theoretical race. Our opponent keeps playing lands. It's not part of my plan. So if I block this, you can play 2 burn spells. It's got trample anyway. I'm just thinking, if you send 9 to me, say you send 9 damage to me, am I dead? Like, probably not. Okay, hold on, you send 9. You have burn, burn, burn. You get 9 damage in. No, I'm not dead. I can sack one thing. Okay, so I will let this all go through. There's Monstrous Rage. Well, how many of those are there? Okay, that's 7. That hits me for 7. Okay, land. We need a land here. Okay, we got a land. It will work. It will do. I will not complain about this land. I'll play it just in case I have to sack it. Actually, just in case I have to sack it. Let's play another creature. Okay, I'll attack with everything, I guess. Deals 5 damage to target creature. It's going to trigger prowess here. Costs 1 less to cast for each creature that attack this turn. How rude. That is very annoying. Okay, it will die. I'll still attack for 4. And I still have a Commander Speaker out. Okay, so now we do have to just try to absorb some damage here. The best we can, and then try to send in the rest of the damage at end of turn. Trample sucks, though. That is so annoying. Trample is so hard to deal with. There is a world where if they're tapped out and I have 2 creatures left, I can pump up my Mutavault and my Cenote Scout for victory with these map tokens. I have so many of them. Okay, our opponent did not send everything in immediately, so that's some sign. That's a good sign, in my opinion. It's a sign we are not instantly dead. So I think I'm just going to make the obvious blocks. I think. You have to pump this up twice in order to survive. Maybe that's not hard. Anyway, those are going to be my blocks. Play with fire on this, which will shrink everything. That's actually really crappy. On the prowess triggers. This is 4 power. My board gets wiped, unfortunately. I'm just trying to think, okay, I could sack everything to prevent this. Counter, you pay for it. I'm just thinking, I counter, sack Sentinel, you pay. Sack Cenote Scout, you pay. Sack Commander Speaker, you pay. This is still blocked. I take 5 damage, go to 2. I have 4 power in play. It's not really enough. This is a very ugly situation. Let's say I let that resolve. I still have 4 power in play, and I could potentially win. But the thing is, I would prefer to my opponent... Like, so there's a route where if I tap them down, they can't do anything for the rest of the turn. Okay, I don't know what the best thing to do is. I guess I'm just going to let this thing die. Players dealt damage this way. Scry 1. I guess we're just going to counter this. I don't know what's the best thing to do. There's a line where I can like sack everything to counter it. Tap them down. I'll have 4 power in play. Oh, that doesn't look very good. Do I lose? Okay, so this is 2. This is 2, 3. I go to 2. So what I'm banking on is I draw a land, and then I map one of these things up to maximum. Blossoming Defense, that wins, right? So this is 9, 5, 5 plus 3, 8. Yeah, I'm just dead. I'm just dead. So I guess the line I had to do was I had to go for... I had to sack everything. Okay, so what was I going to draw? I was going to draw land, which I needed to. Okay, so I would have taken 5 here. Oh, I don't think I had the life to do it. Yeah, it had to be an untapped land. Was there a non-land on top? There was. It was very close. Very, 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 very close. Yeah, the problem is after I sacrifice the Sentinel to keep my Hexcat, like to tap my opponent down, this thing still has trample. Anyway, this is a disastrous matchup as well. So we finished 3-3, not a very good result. That being said, we had very, very poor matchups. We went up against 2 slick shot decks. We were up against a Phoenix deck and an Amalia deck. So Amalia, I don't know. It might be 50-50. I'm not sure. But the slick shot decks for sure are just terrible. And also, I haven't found a very good solution to the, what's it called, matchups. I haven't found a good solution to the Phoenix matchup. But when I do, I will let everybody know how to beat it. What else I could say about this game? You know, it makes me wonder, does Trickster have value if people are playing a lot of, like, those rage cards? Because if they don't have as much burn and they're playing, like, Audacity and stuff, maybe Trickster has some value in the matchup. But like my problem with cards like Trickster is like they generally will attack first, and then if you Trickster afterwards, it's too late because they can still play older pump spells, Blossoming Defense, and burn spells at instant speed. But against that green-red version, it looks like they have less burn spells and more pump. And in that world, I do want to tempo them out. But whereas the mono-red version, they would just burn me out like crazy. So I will continue to play this deck. If we get better matchups, I think I can very easily top 8. I don't even think that's not even in the discussion. But if there's like a bunch of mono red stuff, I'm going to need to, or like if there's a lot of prowess-like stuff, I'm going to have to go back to the drawing board. But I'm hopeful that like the metagame, at least in the leagues that I play in, a lot of mid-range decks, a lot of black. Black is super popular, a lot of Niv to Light because of these super fast decks. They just eat them up like crazy, and then I end up playing against the mid-range decks. But unfortunately, I guess if my score isn't high enough, I play against those aggro decks. So give a thumbs up if you like the content, and I will keep trying to make more videos so that you guys can see how I play the deck, my approach to Pioneer Merfolk. And I will see you guys next time, my fish fam.